How are we doing, Saints fans? Welcome back to the Ugly Inside. I'm here to give you the big match preview against Watford tomorrow night in the Premier League. So Watford have been defying expectations this season. They sit 9th in the Premier League, and their key players so far have been obviously Troy Deeney and Odion Ighalo. Ighalo's got 14 goals in all competitions, and Deeney's got 7 in 12 at the moment. Now, Nick, what can Saints do to get rid of the threat of Deeney and Ighalo tomorrow night?
Well, we've just got to be tight. I mean, we drew 0-0 with them up at Watford at the start of the season. I'm always tight. I would, if I was playing, it would be tight. But we've got to cut out errors. You know, when we played at Watford, we drew 0-0 and we cut out the errors. We cleared the ball when we had to clear it. We didn't try to be too clever in possession. And we just played through, and we got a 0-0 draw, which was a start after the start of the season we'd had at the time. And we've got to do that today. Every one of our games this season in the last 3 months has been littered with errors. You know, Crystal Palace on Saturday, 2 key moments we produced 2 lapses in concentration and errors, and people didn't do the right things. And that's what we've got to do. Cut that out, we win games, we go up the table.
Moving on to the form guide, it's 1 win in 10 for the Saints at the moment, and it seems like the same episode on repeat for the Saints. Now, Clive, what will Koeman be doing to eliminate these errors?
Well, hopefully Fraser Forster. You know, I think he's going to make a comeback tomorrow night. I don't know, his gut feeling on Saturday was that Stecklenburg looked a little bit down at the end of the game, and I think he thinks maybe his time's up. I don't hope his time's up, but I do hope Fraser gets his chance, because I think that would be an enormous lift for the defence. Bertrand coming back in, hopefully, although I thought Matt Taggart was decent Saturday, putting a determined display against a very, very good forward in Louis, Sahar. So, yeah, I'm hoping that we can have a really disciplined, organised display. And if it's 0-0, it's 0-0. You know, it'd be disappointing for the fans, but at least it'd be a step in the right direction, that you get some sort of defensive discipline back into the team.
Now, Nick, do you think Koeman would be looking to change it up to a 4-2-3-1 again? What sort of team would you select?
Well, I'd like the formation earlier in the season. If we bring Pelle back, where we've got that flat back four, very flat back four at times, the 2 central holding midfield players, someone sitting in between, and the 2 fast guys, hopefully Mane and Long, and maybe or even Tadic, with Pelle up front. I think that's the formation we did well last season. That's the formation we did well in the run-in in the mid-season, where we won a few games, and that's what we've got to do again at Watford. We've got to get back to doing what we do well, and we've lapsed into bad habits. I mean, the first goal on Saturday, the one good thing I will say about Saints is that even in this bad run, they haven't panicked and just started lumping it up and hitting and hope. They haven't lost their confidence, and that cost us the first goal, because, to be fair, Yoshida had the ball and going forward, and Davis was coming back towards him with 2 players, but Yoshida could have lumped the ball forward, but he played it into Davis, and he looked for the 1-2, but it went wrong. You know, sometimes we've got to get a bit basic, but we're still trying to play football, and that's the good thing. So I think let's get back to basics. Let's do what we did well last season and what we did well at the early part of this season. Let's just cut out the errors. And I think the big thing, as Clive had said, would be the return of Fraser Forster. And I agree with Clive. I'd be very surprised if he didn't play. You don't rest your main goalkeeper at this crucial stage from the U21s to give Gazaniga a game. You know, he's rested him for a good reason. He's going to throw him back in. The old saying is, you do the same things, you get the same results. And when managers know that, and when things are not happening, they look for different things that get different results. And I think Forster in will be a big boost.
I'd love to have the Dow back for one night tomorrow night. I would love to have the Dow. It's just one of those games where the Dow would come alive, and I'm hoping St Mary's will. I never felt, it can be really noisy at St Mary's, but it hasn't got the intensity of the Dow. And that's, when the team's down, like they have been lately, and they've made mistakes, they need... I know fans say it's a two-way thing, and they need the team to lift them, but I really think it's time for the fans to lift the team. And yeah, they can do it. And let's hope they do tomorrow night.
Let's go out there tomorrow night, stay behind the team, because at the end of the day, what do we want? Do we want to go in the pub and be able to have a good moan about another defeat, or do we want to go in there and celebrate another good victory as it was after the Arsenal game?
Want free beer.
Now guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to let us know what sort of team you would select. Leave a comment in below. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and hit the website at theuglyinside.net. See you after the game.
Well, the first big surprise is and the shock for Liverpool fans is they haven't come direct to us. They've had to go through QPR. I mean, normally they like to do their shopping directly at us. You know, Brendan Rodgers used to like to pop up the Staple Wood, sit in a tree and sign Dejan Lovren the next day.